Okay, in this video, we are going to solve a log equation. And in general, with log equations, you want to make sure the first step is that you condense all your log expressions within the equation if you have more than one. So in this case, we do have two log expressions and they're separated by a minus. So we're going to have to rewrite this with one log using division. So I have log base 4. The numerator is going to be x squared and the denominator is going to be x plus 1. So using our log properties, we condensed our logs. Now that we have our logs condensed, what we're going to do is we're going to rewrite this equation using exponential form. So my base is 4, my exponent is 5, and I'm going to set this equal to x squared over x plus 1. 4 to the 5th is 1024. And so then I can cross multiply. So I have, when I cross multiply, or you can look at it in terms of clearing the fractions on both sides. Either way, you're going to end up with the same thing. So I'm going to have x squared is equal to 1024x plus 1024. Now I have a quadratic equation that I need to solve, and because this is a quadratic, the methods that I have in my toolbox are quadratic equation, factoring, or complete the square. This doesn't factor nicely, and my go-to, if it doesn't factor nicely, is the quadratic formula, so that's what I'm going to use. So first I have to get everything to one side and set it equal to 0 in order to use the quadratic formula so I can identify what my a, b, and c values are. Okay, so my a is 1, my b is negative 1024, and my c is negative 1024. Now, when I plug that into my quadratic formula and I simplify, what I'm going to get is, let's see, I'm going to get 512 plus or minus 32 square roots of 257. Now, if I write this as a decimal approximation, I'm going to get 1024.999, whoops, let me fix that. 1024.99902. And the other decimal approximation would be negative 0.99902. Now, we have to remember to go back and check our answers, because remember, we can't take the log of a negative number and we can't take the log of 0, because those values give us an undefined expression. So when I go ahead and plug in my decimal approximations back into the equation, you'll actually see that both of these work. Sometimes one will work and some won't, but in this case, both answers work. So if I want to put it in as a decimal approximation, I could use this. If I need to keep exact value, I would just leave it with my square roots. And if I needed to write it as two separate answers, I would just write it as 512 plus 32 square roots of 257. And then the other answer would be 512 minus 32 square roots of 257.